Hey, it's a different game day. It's my daughter's game day. Number one team playing against Xavier versus St. Rock. It's going to be a heck of a game. So heading out there to look at that right now. But what's big in the news? Steve Nash, my friend Steve Nash, has decided to part ways with the Brooklyn Nets. I always think of the Nets because that's where I got my NBA tryout. Was the New Jersey Nets at the time, and Willis Reed, the Hall of Famer for the New York Knicks and champion for the New York Knicks. Willis Reed was the GM, and Willis Reed gave me my tryout. They didn't draft me, but Willis Reed, assured me that I would get an opportunity, and he gave me my opportunity, and I appreciate that for very much from him. At the time, the coach of the Nets was Chuck Daly of the Detroit Pistons. You remember Chuck Daly? So he basically had parted ways with Detroit, and the Nets had hired him. That was going to be his first year. They just fired a coach by the name of Bill Fitch because Kenny Anderson basically had a horrible rookie year under Bill Fitch. And of course, it couldn't be the basketball player, it had to be the coach. So they fired Bill Fitch and brought in Chuck Daly, who had just been commissioned to be the coach of the original Dream Team. And that summer of '92, they were, I think it was Barcelona. Was that where that Olympics was? And so Chuck didn't spend a lot of time really with the team. He was focused on the Dream Team and managing that. So the New Jersey Nets, now the Brooklyn Nets, have decided to get rid of Canada's favorite son, Steve Nash, due to basketball irreconcilable differences. And let's have a conversation about what that looks like. You guys got to remember, and when I say you guys, I'm talking about to Canadians who probably are thinking, what's going on? Why is Steve departing from this amazing scenario? He's supposed to be there, la la la. Well, let me tell you something, baby. That's New York. That is New York City. That's Brooklyn. And let me tell you something. You gotta have thick skin to coach in New York City. They gave this man 7 games. They said, we're gonna give you 7 games. See what it looked like in 7. And after 7 games, they're 2-5. After 7 games, the world's trying to cancel Kyrie. Again, Kyrie always finds himself in something. And you know what, Kyrie? I gotta say, I don't think any of it has ever been your fault. I really don't. I don't think any of the stuff that they've tried to do to Kyrie Irving since he's become a professional basketball player has been anything Kyrie has actually done. What has Kyrie done? What has Kyrie Irving done? Said the earth is flat. Well, maybe the earth is flat. Maybe it is flat, I don't know. Maybe it is. When you look at these instruments that they use for measuring longitude and latitude and for sailing, they're all based on a flat earth perspective or concept. Maybe he's right about that. Maybe the earth is flat. What else has Kyrie done? Kyrie Irving didn't want to be vaccinated. Good for him. Why the hell should he be vaccinated? We've realized now that the vaccination didn't stop nothing. Didn't stop you from getting sick. Didn't stop you from being sicker. Didn't inoculate you while you were sick. We realized people just got themselves pumped full of a lot of stuff that we don't know what the heck it did. People still getting COVID right now. COVID should have been dead, gone by the vaccines they've been issuing out. He didn't want to be vaccinated. What else did Kyrie do wrong? He didn't like Steve Nash. Now, I don't know what kind of personal differences they got. I've never met Kyrie Irving. I've met Steve. Steve's a great guy. Don't know what's up with Kyrie. But, I mean, at the end of the day, is he the only guy that's ever wanted his coach fired? Magic Johnson got his coach fired. Okay? So, these things that we just try to throw at Kyrie, and you know what the media and the pundits decide to throw at him. I mean, Kevin Durant's been much more of a lecherous snake than Kyrie has ever been. You know, KD to me is not even a likable guy. He's not likable at all. Kevin Durant. I don't think he's a likable human being at all. When I, look at the whole, and I think he's an egomaniac. I think he's just one of these kind of backbench, kind of this undercover kind of. I don't like him. I really don't like him. I don't know him either. I don't think he's a very likable person. But I think I'm a pretty good judge of character. But again, I don't know him. But one thing I do know is that city called New York. Brooklyn! Hey man, it's not easy to be in Brooklyn, coaching, managing all the stuff that's going on with these guys, the egos, the expectation, right? Steve knows those guys don't like him. They wanted him out, right? They're putting a black coach there. There's a lot of stress now for black coaching to deal with these new type of black people in the NBA. These brothers are not the guys from the 60s and the 70s call people yes sir, no sir. They're not Will Chamberlain. They're not those guys. They're different. And they're not Bill Russell. They're not Oscar. So, it's not easy dealing with some of these cats. I gotta say that. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. But hence comes the Ime Udoka sweepstakes. Steve Nash not going to be the first coach throat to be cut at all. He's not going to be the first. There's going to be some other people following in that direction. Trust me. This NBA, there's a lot of parity in the NBA, and I'm telling you right now that Ime Udoka, that guy's stock is high. Some folk will want that dude right now. And the Nets basically said, listen, before the end of the season, we're going to go get this Ime Udoka guy on board right now. If Jacques Vaughn was an option, they would have fired Steve in the summer. He's not an option. He's holding a spot. He's going to be the interim coach for a very short period of time. Very short. They can't afford to go on this long, a dying spree. They're going to give Jacques a minute, though. But I don't think that's the job he wants, nor do I believe it's the job they told him he's going to have. I think he'll still be on Ime's staff once he's hired. But I think he's an administrative coach for the sake of holding a spot. Yeah, baby. That's what I think. And Steve Nash will coach again. Because Brooklyn, listen, he should have gone to coach in Dallas. He should have been over there where they know him. He should have been in Phoenix. Should be talking to Phoenix scenario right now in respect to ownership even. Like, he should be there. That's where Steve Nash should be. So, Brooklyn, that's just all the personalities just don't match Steve. That's what I think it is. I think it's a massive personality conflict. This is not the Golden State Warriors. He's got very much a Steve Kerr kind of personality, but Steve Kerr, the difference with him is he played Michael Jordan. He's seen the biggest monsters. He's seen how Negroes can act. He got punched in his damn face by Michael Jordan. He was baptized by fire. Steve doesn't have that type of cachet. Okay? Doesn't have it. Nobody ever threw him the ball to hit a game-winning shot for a championship, even though he's a two-time MVP. He never played with Mike. He don't have the cachet of Steve Kerr. Don't got the rings on his fingers to say, hey, guys, you got any of these? I got mine as a player. What you got? Shut up. At least Steve Kerr can say that. He can look those dudes in the face and say, hey, I got rings. I got rings as a player, bro. You see these? See these rings? That's right. And don't tell me I was sitting on the bench. I got footage. I was playing Michael Jordan. Where do you think you'd be? You think you'd have been shooting the ball 20 times you playing Michael Jordan? No, you wouldn't be, dummy. You'd be sitting there shutting up. That's what you need to do now. Shut up. And let me tell you how to play this game of basketball. That's what Steve Kerr can say. Steve Nash can't say that. Can't tell nobody that. They ain't gonna listen, right? Although they should be listening. Because I think Steve Nash is a great basketball coach. Period. He's just not a great basketball coach for those knuckleheads on the Brooklyn Nets. Okay? Oh man. So, what you gonna do, man? All you can do is just say, hey, it is what it is, son. It is what it is. But I think Steve's gonna be okay. I think Brooklyn's not gonna be okay. I think they're missing pieces. I think Ben Simmons is still not 100%. I think KD is still not well adjusted after the summer, after all that drama. Okay, and they need some pieces. They need to pick up some pieces. They need pieces. They need some glue pieces. Right? They could have kept Spencer Dinwiddie and people like that. They would be a heck of a team right now. They need some defenders too. They got no defense. They got no defense. So they're in a lot of trouble. And this is just the beginning. We're going to see an epidemic of coaches getting sacked within 10 games. So, but, like I said, Steve, come on over here to Canada. Nick Nurse, prepare a place for Steve. Get Steve sitting around hanging out. Get him up over here. And let's organize that situation better for Steve, man. My boy. All right? Love, peace, and hair grease, man. It's game day. But it's the St. Rock's senior basketball girls. We're about to do this today. I'll talk to you guys later. We play St. Francis Xavier. We're about to do with them. They're a tough team. We're the two toughest teams. Both teams are undefeated. It's game day. All right. Talk to you all later.